coming out. Miz demanding I need my WrestleMania moment. Cena played it perfectly. He's like, all right, Mike. And he's like, he looked at Kit Wilson. He's like, and you are beautifully
Yeah.
done. So that whole thing was great. And then Miz demanding his thing. Danhausen hits. Because at this point, I'm like, are we really going to go this whole effing weekend like without Danhausen? Only because you want to talk about some. All right, this guy, I get it. It's not everybody's shtick. But listen, folks, listen to my words. I cannot stress this enough. Danhausen is the credit card machine for the WWE. He is the moneymaker. I get it, all the other wrestlers. But the one demographic that never WWE's been chasing forever? Kids. And boy, has he got the kids around his little finger. The kids love Danhausen. And I told the story on one of our last pods. Like, my daughter, who is not a huge wrestling fan, it took me 3 clips of Danhausen. 3. And she goes, I love that guy.
Yeah.
And she's a teenager. She's 13. She goes, that guy's hilarious. I love that guy. Kids are dressing up like him. Right before we went on to the podcast, I was scrolling through our X feed. I saw the greatest video, Danhausen interacting with a kid that uses sign language. And bro, the guy is a credit card machine for WWE. And we
John
also got to
Cena
remember.
posted it was one of his favorite all-time WrestleMania moments that he was in. Like, he had such a good time.
So much worked in that, right? There was so much for both adults and kids because, first off, the midgets, and Michael Cole gave us permission to say that so we're not being offensive because he asked them earlier, blah, 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 blah. I hate that we live in a society that we have to quantify shit like that, but whatever. So the midgets come out, and you're just like, oh my God, this is already hilarious. He comes out in the car that's a coffin, also hilarious. We get down to the ring. They're all lined up in the ring. Cena's just over there like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden he goes, I need to talk to you. And he points to Cena. He's like, you. He's like, damn glad to meet you. Big fan house and love everything you do. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so hilarious.
I forgot about that because I keep thinking about the stuff with him and The Miz and Kit Wilson. And I forgot,
but it was so great because then Miz loses his crap. He's like, why are you shaking his hand? And he gets Kit Wilson to drop the "You are toxic," and he shoves one of the midgets. And he's like, Danhausen's like, hey, don't put your hands on him. And then he's like, what are you gonna do about it? And Danhausen, I forget the guy's name. He's like, get him. The guy walks up, Kit Wilson's doing his dance. He just
right in the dick.
He dick punches the Kit Wilson, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is and listen.
Kit's legit selling. He doesn't have to act after that punch.
As somebody that's in the age, listen, if you grew up in the America's Funniest Home Videos generation and grew up watching that or seen it, any video that involves a guy getting whacked is funny. Sorry, not sorry. The little kid who's playing T-ball.
To you, and then it's not funny.
Yeah.
No, it's horrible.
My son and my daughter at one point in their lives used to be perfect height to run smack dab right in whack me. But they were just that right height. They'd be like, Dad, what? But so that goes on. Danhausen calls for the dog pile, which is great.